Welcome everybody to the Urantia Book. If you have clicked on this video, then you are a powerhouse, a lighthouse, and most importantly, a pioneer, a spiritual pioneer. If you're like me, then you really appreciate the New Age teachings. I like that they focus around love, around breaking down these dogmas or rituals that hold us back. But then I wonder, is there more to the universe than these New Age teachings? Is there something that synthesizes even that and goes beyond? Well, you are in luck because you have found it. This is the Urantia Book, and it truly is a revelation of truth. But you don't have to just believe those words. Read this for yourself and synthesize it and see what this does. It has personally changed my life. And I know that it could change yours no matter where you are at in your spiritual journey. So remember, a wise man or woman lives by what truth they can find today, and they are wholly ready to call it a falsehood tomorrow. That way you are ready for the progression in the universe. Truth is living. We are continuing on with our read-through. If you have been appreciating the Urantia Book videos, please make sure you like and subscribe. We need to get this word out there. This has the power to not only change the individual's life, your life, but also to change the collective planet. This will be the information that changes the planet, whether or not we take this. The pace belongs to us, let's put it that way. That's both collectively and individually. We are finally finishing up the foreword, folks. 17 pages of this book. Acknowledgement. In formulating the succeeding presentations having to do with the portrayal of the character of the Universal Father. So remember, we're living by truth that we can find today, and we're wholly ready to call it a falsehood tomorrow. So if you were somebody who said, "Ew, Father, I don't like that word, Universal Father," you'll see later in the book they say the name doesn't matter. If you want to call it Source, call it Source. But don't let yourself get caught up in things like this. Remember, it's personality that's important. Personality, because it can love and be loved. Portrayal of the character of the Universal Father and the nature of his paradise associates, together with an attempted description of the perfect central universe and the encircling 7 super-universes. We are to be guided by the mandate of the super-universe rulers, which directs that we shall, in all our efforts to reveal truth and coordinate essential knowledge, give preference to the highest existing human concepts pertaining to the subjects to be presented. We may resort to pure revelation only when the concept of presentation has had no adequate previous expression by the human mind. Okay, so right here, this is very important. They're saying that if there is an existing human concept pertaining to the subject that needs to be presented, then they are going to teach that. And they even use the words of other human authors in this book, because they're saying you humans have already attained this level, and this is what you need to know. But the thing is that there might be thousands of other competing concepts with that. But the Urantia Book chooses the highest human concept. For instance, plate tectonics. When this book came out in the 1950s, between the 30s and 50s, it was formulated. Plate tectonics was not the most accepted theory on the planet at the time. It was one of the theories, but now all of our scientists have settled upon it. This teaches plate tectonics, so it picked that out of all of those others. So if you read something in this book and you say, "Wow, I've heard of that before," or "I've read that verbatim," that is why. But remember, they're revealing things when there's no concept of human presentation. So it's literally like 90% of the book there's no human presentation for. And so it's not just like, this is like looking at a library of human thought. This is truly a revelation, okay? Successive planetary revelations of divine truth, that's what this is, invariably embrace the highest existing concepts of spiritual values as a part of the new and enhanced coordination of planetary knowledge. Truth is living. Remember, we have to coordinate. We have to continuously update revelation. It's never definitive. Unlike man's religions, which say, "This is it. We're crystallized." Even if we learn more about science, no, let us reject that. Accordingly, in making these presentations about God and his universe associates, we have selected as the basis of these papers more than 1,000 human concepts, representing the highest and most advanced planetary knowledge of spiritual values and universe meanings, wherein these human concepts, assembled from the God-knowing mortals of the past and present, are inadequate to portray the truth as we are directed to reveal it, we will unhesitatingly supplement them. For this purpose, drawing upon our own superior knowledge of the reality and divinity of the paradise deities and their transcendent residential universe. We are fully cognizant of the difficulties of our assignment. We recognize the impossibility of fully translating the language of the concepts of divinity and eternity into the symbols of the language of the finite concepts of the mortal mind. So they're saying there's limit just by language and our mode of thought itself. But we know that there dwells within the human mind a fragment of God. That's one of the most important concepts of the book. And that there sojourns with the human soul the spirit of truth. These are two separate entities. This fragment of God they call the thought adjuster. The spirit of truth is a different entity, but both of those are working with us, within us, but it's all about our own free will choice. We can't be a puppet to that. We have to choose to then reach out and meet them. And we further know that these spirit forces conspire to enable material man to grasp the reality of spiritual values and to comprehend the philosophy of universe meanings. But even more certainly, we know that these spirits of the divine presence are able to assist man in the spiritual appropriation of all truth, contributory to the enhancement of the ever-progressing reality of personal religious experience, God consciousness. So what it's saying, folks, let's just read this little bit. Indicted by an Orvantan divine counselor, chief of the corps of super-universe personalities assigned to portray on Urantia the truth concerning the paradise deities and the universe of universes. Okay, we learned what a divine counselor was, a very, very advanced being. But what they're saying here, folks, this is really key in understanding this book. You have a fragment of God within you. This is a real, tangible thing. You can experience, you will have spiritual experiences as you continue on, or maybe you've already had them, where they are just earth-shattering, universe-shattering experiences where you say, whoa, what was that? And you will know that you were then more than just a human, okay? This thing is within you. This fragment of divinity is within you. It is working to synthesize all of this information behind the scenes in ways that we are not fully conscious of. You have just made the choice to look at the fifth epochal revelation of truth. This advanced book, okay, this vast and advanced tomb of wisdom about, or tome, I guess it is, of wisdom about ideals such as love, unity, harmony, justice, mercy, these world-changing and life-changing ideals that will stretch from here until eternity. And you are choosing to dwell your mind on that, even if it's only for the 10 minutes of this video. You are doing your part, folks. Let the complicated stuff be done by the divine. You did your part. You're on your victory lap right now. But you have to keep choosing it at each moment, right? Because there's more to attain in the universe rather than just what would come from just one simple choice. So that's where self-mastery, self-control, self-restraint come in. This never-ending ascension plan. All right? Don't stagnate is what I'm trying to say. So thanks again. Like and subscribe to the videos. We have finished, folks. The foreword. Congratulations. That Spirit of Truth is going to synthesize all this. You did your part. Let the Spirit of Truth and your fragment of God do its part. And you will see the results. And we'll get into the central and super universes in the next video. So thanks again.